Welcome back to my channel IMDb Recap. Today I'm going to explain a Bollywood romantic mystery thriller movie Haseen Dillruba released in the year 2021. The movie is about a loving husband who is crazy about his wife that he forgives her for having an extramarital affair and crosses every possible limit to save her from going to prison for murder. But before we begin, please subscribe to our channel and beware of the spoilers. The movie opens and we see a girl named Ronnie who is feeding street dogs, and all of a sudden a cylinder blasts behind in her house. As Ronnie rushes towards her house, she starts crying, stating the name of her husband after looking at his hand lying there. After a while, we see police arriving to the scene of the blast and starts to check everything. The policemen report to the senior inspector Kishore that the man who is murdered was hit in the head with a blunt object before his death, which means it is a murder case and not an accident. The scene then shifts 6 months earlier, where we see a man named Rishu sitting on a train with his family and going to see a girl for his marriage. His mother makes fun of him, recalling what happened the previous time when Rishu visited a girl for marriage and the girl informs him that she likes someone else. In the following scene, Rishu reaches the house of the girl. He looks at her while she was watching him from the window. The girl appears to be Ronnie and her aunt comes there to ask her whether she likes Rishu, and then she starts recalling her boyfriends. Ronnie's mother informs the visitors them that all the food that is being served to them has been prepared by Ronnie. Seems in Indian culture, it is given a lot of importance that woman knows how to cook. Ronnie's aunt comes there to meet them and asks Rishu to go and meet Ronnie, saying that she wants to meet him alone in the kitchen. Rishu meets her and is seen blushing in front of her while Ronnie starts talking to him and tells him that she is a fangirl of a crime novel writer named Dinesh Pandit. She also states that she does not like to cook but is a homely girl. She asks Rishu to talk to her, who hesitatingly tells her about his hobby, which is fixing appliances in his free time as he is an electrical engineer. Ronnie tells him that their fan in the kitchen has run out of order and requests him to fix it. On the other hand, Rishu's mother gets up from there by making an excuse of going to the toilet and reaches the kitchen where she sees Rishu fixing the fan with Ronnie. Before leaving, Rishu's mother tells them that they will contact them back to let them know about what they have decided for marriage. Next morning we see Rishu's mother warning him of committing fake suicide while asking Rishu to not marry Ronnie as he will not be able to handle her, and Rishu replies that he is adamant and wants to marry only Ronnie. Rishu's friend, Afsar, is also sitting there and listening to the whole conversation. Next, Rishu starts the preparations for his marriage and finally gets married to Ronnie, where they both look very happy with each other. The scene then shifts to present in a police station where the constables were making fun of Inspector Kishore for taking the case personally, and then we see the inspector arriving. Kishore is told about Ronnie and talks to her. Kishore asks Ronnie to tell the truth as they already have wasted 2 months and are running out of time. Kishore tells her that she can fool the world, but he knows that she has killed her husband who used to love her a lot, that he even had a tattoo of her name on his wrist. Ronnie replies to him saying she has not killed her husband, and Kishore asks her to start from the beginning while questioning her about her relationship with Rishu. Ronnie starts when she arrives in Rishu's town after marriage and does not find anyone to welcome them. After a while, Afsar comes there and gives his car to Rishu to take his wife home. On their way, it starts to rain and Ronnie says that she thinks that Rishu's town did not like her. Later, they are seen in their room where Ronnie asks Rishu about his friends and the reason why no one came to receive them. Rishu tells her that he only has one friend who is Afsar, and also says that he has planned a party for tomorrow as it has started raining heavily today. Ronnie does not like this and sleeps after changing her dress. The next morning, Rishu's mother gets into a funny argument with Ronnie when she comes to know that Ronnie does not know how to cook. At night, Ronnie tries to get closer to Rishu, but on being asked he starts talking about Meera, who is the same girl who has rejected Rishu. Ronnie feels jealous of her and starts getting angry at Rishu, who hides in the washroom. The next day, when Rishu returns home, he finds out that Ronnie has colored the hair of his father while his mother was angry at her for not helping her in the kitchen. At night, Rishu meets Afsar and they both make fun of Rishu's father, after which Afsar gives few tips to Rishu on how to control his wife and her behavior, and at the same time, Ronnie is seen talking to her mother and her aunt, who ask her to act like an angel for a month and to seduce Rishu to control him. Rishu keeps practicing, and whenever he tries to talk to Ronnie, she used to show him cleavage, which made him nervous because every time they were spotted by Rishu's mother, who gets angry with Ronnie one day and requests her not to do it everywhere. Afsar again guides Rishu to be a man in bed, and at night Rishu tries to make love to his wife but finishes too soon. In the morning, Rishu listens to Ronnie while she was complaining about him to her mother and aunt and gets very sad after listening to what she has said. Rishu goes and talks to Afsar about this, who asks him to keep calm. Rishu is then seen leaving for office with a sad face where everyone gets shocked after seeing him in the office because he just got married and was supposed to be on vacation. Rishu gets angry at Ronnie and keeps ignoring her until one night she insists on asking the reason as to why is he ignoring her. Rishu tells her that he has overheard the conversation that she had with her mother and leaves while apologizing for not being the type of husband that she wanted. Rishu informs her that he will come back home late as his office has started MBA classes. Rishu again keeps ignoring Ronnie for many days and she feels now that Rishu has completely removed her from his heart. One day, Ronnie catches Rishu with a girl and insults him in front of the girl while discussing his sexual performance. Rishu returns home and leaves the room after looking at Ronnie. Ronnie goes to talk to him in the kitchen where she asks him about the honeymoon and Rishu tears the tickets in front of her telling her that they are no longer going on honeymoon. After that, they get into an argument and Rishu leaves the kitchen angrily. The scene shifts to the present where we see Afzar's wife in the police station and Kishore asks her about Ronnie and Rishu. She tells them about Neil who was the nephew of Rishu's mother's brother-in-law. We see the day when Rishu arrives and Ronnie keeps staring at him finding him extremely attractive. Rishu's mother talks to Ronnie and informs her that Neil works in rafting and conducting treks for other people. Ronnie unintentionally makes fun of Neil who then replies back asking Ronnie about her hobbies and if she likes cooking. Hearing that Rishu's mother insults Ronnie and states that all Ronnie does is sleep till late. At night, Rishu meets Neil and he senses that something was not right between Ronnie and her husband when Rishu's mother complains to him about Ronnie giving a haircut to her father-in-law. Rishu and Neil try to get closer to each other. One day, Neil asks her for tea and as she gets into the kitchen for making tea, Ronnie watches Rishu standing there and also asks him for tea. Rishu guides her and helps her in making tea. After the tea gets ready, Rishu takes a sip from it and he leaves appreciating the tea. As Rishu leaves, Ronnie takes the tea for Neil who asks her to prepare a meal for him and he also finds the tea to be refreshing. In the evening, Rishu gets very happy after watching Ronnie working in the kitchen. At the dining table, everyone appreciates the food while Neil asks her to cook mutton for him and Rishu's mother disagrees with it as she is a vegetarian. Ronnie goes to the mutton market and buys mutton to cook while Rishu's mother does not allow her to cook it in her kitchen. Rishu helps her by setting up a separate kitchen to cook mutton and we see how the murderer's preparations were made along with the preparation of the separate kitchen. Again Inspector Kishore is seen watching Ronnie coming toward the police and says that Ronnie is going to rot in jail for a really long time as he knows such kind of woman very well. Ronnie is seen sitting in front of Inspector Kishore who asks her about her relationship with Neil and she recalls how Neil saved her from drowning when he took them all on rafting trip. Later, we see Ronnie and Neil get closer to each other and even make love to each other. After that, Ronnie prepares tea and goes to give Neil in his room when he takes pictures with her and as Neil tells her that he is going back after 1 week, Ronnie tells him that she will tell the truth to Rishu so that she could come with him. Later, when Ronnie brings the mutton for Neil to eat, Rishu's mother tells Ronnie that Neil has left in a hurry and Ronnie realizes that he has not left but has run away because of her. She keeps recalling her mistakes and then Rishu arrives there. Ronnie gives him mutton to eat and he apologizes to her for ignoring her and asks her to have a fresh start. Ronnie tells him that she started loving Neil but he has left her and ran away. Rishu listens to this and keeps eating the mutton while smiling. Ronnie tells Kishore that it was that day when Rishu got silent and never wanted to talk to her ever again. Kishore tells her that she has a good story but only until the day when he discovers the murder weapon. The next day, Kishore asks her whether she is ashamed of her extramarital affair or not and she replies that she is not ashamed of it because this made her meet the real Rishu. Rishu goes to Delhi and attacks Neil with a screwdriver after finding him in a park. Neil gains the upper hand on him and beats him badly and after a while takes Rishu to a bar where Neil asks Rishu why he left his wife untouched. Neil tells him that he wanted to win her heart before her body but this has made him suffer a lot. Rishu returns home injured and Ronnie keeps on asking him what has happened to him. And Rishu tells her that he has been beaten by Neil. Rishu states that he went to meet him to ask why he did not love you the way you have loved him and asks her to leave him. The next morning, after Rishu's parents leave for his aunt's house, Ronnie also decides to leave by packing her bag. She asks Rishu to drop her at the station but he denies doing so and as she gets out of the house, she is spotted by Neil's friends who start making fun of her. Rishu comes there and asks her to go inside until he finds a rickshaw for her. Ronnie keeps watching Rishu getting mocked by Neil's friends and asks Rishu that she is not going anywhere by leaving him and he can punish her for her mistakes. Rishu keeps watching her for many days and keeps recalling what she has done with Neil. Ronnie then tells Kishore that Rishu has attempted to kill her twice by making her fall from the stairs and by burning her. Kishore asks her to make the statement carefully telling her that she is making an official statement that her late husband has been trying to kill her. Kishore also questions her that if this is what has happened then why she did not inform anyone about it and Ronnie replies that she has been waiting for forgiveness. In the following scene, Ronnie is seen on the roof where Rishu was sitting drunk with Afzar. Ronnie asks Rishu for dinner, but he starts telling a story to Afsar saying that he has also been humiliated in front of the whole city because of his wife's affair with his cousin. Afsar gets uncomfortable and leaves from there. After Afsar leaves, Ronnie stands on the edge of the roof and asks Rishu to push her. Rishu gets up and tries to push her but doesn't do so. Ronnie then apologizes to him, begging for only one chance, and tells him that she loves him a lot, and they both hug each other. Later we see that the relationship between the two starts to get better day by day, and Rishu takes Ronnie out for lunch. On their way back home, Neil meets them and returns after dropping the girl sitting behind him and starts to taunt Ronnie. Rishu gets angry at him and starts chasing him and tries to hit Neil's bike with his car, but he manages to escape from there after Rishu's car gets stuck on the ground. They take the car to a mechanic where Ronnie goes to the washroom to wash her hands, and Rishu also comes there. She tells him that she has not seen such a killer in Dinesh Pandit's books the way he has tried to hurt her, and Rishu apologizes to her. Ronnie then finds out that Rishu has also been reading Dinesh Pandit, and they both make love to each other at the mechanic's shop. Scene changes and we see Inspector Kishore taking Ronnie back to her house with some policemen who keep checking things here and there and investigate the rickshaw driver who took Ronnie to the market on the day of the murder. The driver tells them that he took Ronnie to the market and did not notice anything suspicious about her. Kishore then asks him to go away as he couldn't find any clue. He then starts thinking about why Ronnie went to the market after leaving Neil and Rishu alone in the house. Kishore then receives a call and immediately reaches the station. Kishore watches the video of Neil jumping into the water, but then the head of the police station comes there and asks Kishore to work on a new case. Kishore requests him to give him 2 days and calls Ronnie there to ask her about Neil, but she says that she does not know anything about him. Kishore asks Bindia to take her into the cell and beat her to extract the information. Bindia keeps beating her for some time and tells Kishore that she has not provided any information. Kishore then asks her to leave Ronnie, who reaches back home where Rishu's parents were waiting for her, and she gets to her room telling them that she has been called again by the police tomorrow. The next day, when Ronnie reaches the police station, Kishore tells her about the lie detector machine, and Ronnie asks them if she could go to the washroom before that. Ronnie goes to the washroom and puts a nail in her shoe that keeps hurting her. Ronnie gets to the lie detector and Mishra asks her to take long breaths if she is nervous and starts questioning her. Ronnie tells them that on the day of the blast she asked Rishu to get a few things from the market as they had invited Rishu's friends to their house at night, but then Rishu returned early and watched her talking to Neil, who told him that she had been planning to come with him. Rishu asks her to leave them and she tells that she went to the market and when returned she heard the blast that killed Rishu. Mishra tells Kishore that they have not found anything from the results and notices that Ronnie is walking in pain. Mishra calls her and her shoes are checked. Bindia finds a nail in her shoe and Mishra tells Kishore that it was a trick to dodge the lie detector machine. Mishra then asks her the questions again, and this time too he did not find anything suspicious. The head of the station calls Kishore and asks him to close this case, and we see that Ronnie signs on the register and leaves the police station proudly looking at Kishore. Kishore keeps looking at Ronnie and states that he has taken the case personally and is seen spending 5 years to crack it until the day of his transfer arrives. Kishore reaches the railway station, from where he picks up Dinesh Pandit's book and starts reading it in his cabin. From the book, Kishore realizes that after killing Neil, who was trying to blackmail them by sending Ronnie's videos to his groups and making her videos viral, Rishu manages to think of a plan to cut his hand and place it over the body of Neil. Rishu is seen cutting his hand and placing it on Neil's dead body while asking Ronnie to leave after cleaning the blood from the floor. Rishu manages to set a blast and he jumps into the lake behind their house while hiding from the police. Kishore starts laughing after reading that the hero of the book dies after drowning in the water, and Rishu is also seen drowning in water, but then he opens his eyes and gets back to the surface. The scene shifts to Ronnie, who gets out of a train, and as she covers a small distance, Rishu comes behind her and holds her hand. They both start walking happily and the movie ends here. To watch many more exciting recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let us know in the comments section about the next favorite movie that you would like us to recap.